Today we will learn how to use the absence management system as a manager. Before we proceed, make sure you have already reviewed the employee training video. If you have not, please stop and review it now. The employee video contains vital information about absence management that is not covered here. In this training, we will cover how to access absence management as a manager, how to use absence management as a manager, and important factors to consider during use. To access the management system, you will need to log in to My Personal Information. There, you will find the Manager function. Here, you can complete manager tasks such as view an employee's paid time off balances. Additionally, you may enter an absence request on behalf of an employee on your team, so it is processed within the proper pay cycle. When an employee on your team submits a paid time off request or modifies an existing request, the system will automatically route the request to you for approval. The system tracks where the request is in the approval process and will send the request to others based on lack of response or by special instruction. Example, if you are a first level supervisor and you do not respond to a paid time off request within 14 days, it will escalate to your supervisor. When an employee submits a request for paid time off, you will receive an email notification. You have two options to respond. You may either respond to the request by email, or you may log into the system and take action directly from your work list. It is recommended that you respond to a request for paid time off within 7 calendar days. After reviewing the details of the request, click your response out of the following options: return for correction, approve, reject, delegate, or request information. If you request information, this should not include any inquiry pertaining to medical conditions, diagnoses, or treatments. If you choose to take action via email, after you click your response in the notification, an email message will open. Do not reformat the message or remove the NID number at the bottom. If you need to leave a note, only click the insertion point between the single quotation marks. Enter your comment text and click Send. Now we will respond to a paid time off request from the work list. Log in to My Personal Information. Upon logging in, your work list will display. Your work list will include paid time off requests that require your response. Click on a request to review the details. If you would like to add this request to your Outlook calendar, click the .ics attachment at the top of the window. This will make it an all-day event. Please note, the system is not linked to your Outlook calendar. As a result, if the employee modifies or deletes an existing request, you must manually remove the old event from your calendar, then add the new one. After reviewing the request, click on one of the following: return for correction, which is at the bottom of the screen, approve, reject, delegate, or request information. When dealing with an unpaid absence, the situation changes. As a supervisor, you may approve up to 5 days or 40 hours per fiscal year of unpaid absence for an employee. The employee must exhaust all existing eligible leave before requesting unpaid. Another feature of this new system is that a manager may enter an absence request on behalf of an employee. To do this, you must go to OU Manager Self-Service, which you will see in the following demonstration. Now we will show you where to navigate to enter an absence for an employee on your team. To begin, expand your My Personal Information folder. Expand OU Manager Self-Service and click on Absence Management Manager Role. A list of employees on your team will display. Click the action icon for the appropriate employee. The absence summary for the selected employee will display. If you would like to check the PTO balances for an employee, click the PTO Balances tab. To enter the employee absence, go back to the Absence Summary tab. Click the Create Absence button and enter the absence details for the employee. If this request is for an illness of over 3 consecutive days, or a serious or chronic condition for yourself or an immediate family member, it could be FMLA eligible. For questions, please contact University Human Resources Employee Service Center. Click Next to review the accuracy. If you enter an absence for an employee, you do not have to approve your own request. You can simply click Submit. When dealing with an employee absence within the system, it may be FMLA eligible. If so, it will be important to have your employee select the FMLA flag in absence management. This should occur if the absence is related to an FML certification currently on file. If the employee has been out more than 3 days, if the employee mentions the absence is for a serious condition of their own or an immediate family member, or if you have questions about whether someone qualifies, contact your HR liaison or the Leaves and Records Manager. Delegation is an additional helpful tool. Delegation allows you to identify someone to respond to paid time off requests on your behalf. Delegation is particularly useful if you know that you will be out of the office for a specific period of time. Please note, the system will not allow an employee to approve their own time off. There are multiple ways to establish delegation within the system. These would include Delegate, Vacation Rules, and Work List Access. To reassign an individual notice to another person to act on, click Delegate. If you establish delegation through Vacation Rules, only your delegate can act on requests. You will not receive email notifications during your vacation. Following your vacation end date, any notifications that were redirected to your delegate will remain in your delegate's work list. If you establish delegation through Work List Access, you will receive email notifications, and both you and your delegate can act on requests. In all 3 cases, your delegate may take action on your behalf. Now that we have covered the basics, you can get started with absence management for managers. Today, we covered how to access absence management, how to use absence management, and important factors to consider during use. If you would like more additional information, visit the PTO section of the Human Resources Benefits website. There you will see absence management training videos, as well as detailed user instruction guides, FAQs, and a quick start guide for you and your employees. If you have questions, please contact University Human Resources Employee Service Center. Thank you.